because I refuse to not be first.
Do we do enough? Well, I never shut up about it.
It must have been about 16, 17. We nicked their guilt rings. Right, the bouncers' guilt rings.
This is no good for me. That's the reality. If you want the honest truth, and I see it every day.
Oscar Bevis, IFL TV, proudly sponsored by Everlast. Gabriel Marsh joins me, mate. Thank you very much for giving me some of your time. How are we?
I'm good, thank you very much. Thanks for having me, Oscar.
No, pleasure, mate, pleasure. As I just said to you before I hit record on this, it's kind of a little get to know your first time on IFL. Obviously, making your own way into the boxing game. I always kind of like to take it back to a pretty simple question. What is your first boxing memory, be it a fight you watched or just your first and your youngest memory involving boxing?
First memory, probably, I remember sparring and I remember sparring and the coach saying that was good and being kind of taken away by haven't been able to like fight and getting praised for it. I remember that. I remember being like, that was a kind of before and after moment, yeah.
What sort of age was that?
I think you're 16. Yeah. Because I bet it's just the complete opposite of what you're allowed to do in school and everything, isn't it? And being praised for it. So I remember that, being overwhelmed, like finding it odd. But yeah, in a good way.
Does that mean that in school you was a little bit of a bastard? There was a few fights. I mean, look, we've all been there. Does that mean there was a few moments in school where you got in trouble for it, and then it's when you kind of hit the gym, you're like, what the hell? I'm being praised.
No, I wasn't. No, I didn't really fight in school. I think I was just a bit rougher than like in terms of play fight. I probably took it too far with my friends and things like that. But like, yeah, just no. I was alright in school. I wasn't too bad. Yeah.
Was it always boxing in terms of sports, or did you grow up invested in it and doing other sports as well?
I was very lucky to be exposed to lots of things when I was younger in terms of sports and things like that. And so no, it was swimming. I was swimming at quite a good level before, but I didn't really enjoy it. And then I just tried lots of other things. I was exposed to lots of stuff. I was quite lucky in that sense. In the school I went to as well. Yeah,
swimming must have been good in terms of a fitness sense because it's one of them very difficult sports, isn't it? I mean, you look at every single swimmer, say you're watching the Olympics, and they're all massive. Yeah. It's very like physically demanding sport.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it definitely set me up. I had a good base for fitness. But yeah, you're just staring at the bottom of the pool, aren't you, Oscar? So it's not a fun sport if you're not invested in it. But, yeah.
You know what? That makes sense. Yeah. I get it. Yeah. So what was it about boxing that kind of got you into the gym in the first place before you kind of talk about all these spars?
That's a good question. I think I just wanted something to do. I kind of had an injury and I stopped swimming, and then I was kind of messing around a bit, and sort of not. I wasn't getting in trouble, but I was just kind of drinking and sort of hanging around and just not really doing much. And obviously, I've come from a sporting background, and I think it just made me a bit sad, like a little bit depressed, not being as fit as I was and feeling kind of unfit. So I just felt like trying something new. So I tried it out. I'm not. And I wasn't actually very good at it, and I'm still not naturally good at it. It takes me a long time. And I think that's what appealed to me is like the challenge of it. Yeah. So yeah.
And was there kind of a time where it clicked that this could be perhaps a lot more than just a hobby? There's a potential career path, and then you start thinking about the amateur system. And was there a moment you can remember where it just kind of clicked for you?
I don't think I thought I could make a living out of it up until recently, and it's more to me. It's not even really about making a living out of it. It's more I enjoy the challenge, and I enjoy learning. I enjoy the learning lifestyle, and self-improvement, and trying to invest myself 100% into something. I enjoy that more. So it's not really. I don't know if I'm going to make any money of it. At the moment, I'm hemorrhaging money doing this. So we'll see, but I'm enjoying it. I'm at the age. I don't want to be older and looking back and wish that thinking I could have, should have, would have done it. Do you know what I mean? I mean, I'm working full time, and training pretty much as full time. I'm trying to recover from the training and the work. So yeah, it's hard. But I come from an amateur pedigree, so I could look back at it. And it's kind of, I didn't do well in the amateurs. I didn't believe in myself back then as well. I didn't think I was going to do anything serious with it. So you just got to keep going, keep moving forward. That's the only thing you can do.
Yeah. What's the difference that you've noticed between the pros and the amateurs in terms of the in-ring stuff?
In-ring, I'd say, well, obviously the obvious one of kind of sitting down on your shots a bit more. That's always that's the one everyone says, isn't it? Everyone's sitting down on your shots.
Is that something you like though? Is that so? Because I know there's some people who kind of say that they get a bit more of a buzz from being hit in the face in smaller gloves and being able to dish punishment out in smaller gloves.
I definitely feel more switched on in fights with the small gloves and I enjoy it. But I just, yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think that's a fair point. Yeah, I enjoy the kind of being more switched on, wired up when you've got those gloves on, you're laced up, ready to go. So yeah, I'd say so. Yeah.
Obviously, training down here, there's a few boys who are making big waves and have won some titles, etc. in the pro game. How much you kind of learning and taking things from all of them boys? Because you've got, the likes of Sean, who I'm going to speak to in a minute. He's on BT Sport, knocking people out on BT Sport. So you kind of just sucking little bits of information in from just watching all these guys and stuff.
Yeah, listen, man, I'm very much the little fish here, and I'm enjoying being the little fish here. It's a great environment to be in. Every day's a school day. There's a lot to overcome for me to come here and spar every day because it's just I'm just wired all the time. But yeah, no, it's a banging environment, and Mickey looks after us all. 100% invested in all of us, and I don't quite know how he spreads his time, but he manages to do it. And the lads are really nice down here. They're very encouraging. They're here to help you learn, but they've got that level of they're highly, highly competitive and switched on, and it's a really, really good environment to see. And it's cool to be around, man. It's like they're doing really well. I'm happy for them. I'm happy for them all.
Have you managed, or have you let yourself kind of sit down and think too far ahead about what you want to achieve? Obviously, boxing is quite an unpredictable sport, but I know you kind of have goals for the next year or so. Have you let yourself think about the right end goal for boxing?
Not really, no. I'm kind of just taking it in small steps at the moment. Obviously, a Southern Area title would be nice, maybe in a year or a couple of years, and then we'll see after that. We'll see what the money's saying, and we'll just see. We'll see. I don't want to think too far ahead and to put too much pressure on myself. Small steps.
What weight would you be campaigning at if you were to look at titles in the next year, 18 months?
69 kg. At the moment, I'm fighting at 71. I'll probably go down to 69. So yeah.
And what could people expect if they come to watch you in terms of your style in the ring?
Style in the ring. At the moment, I'm kind of learning on the job a little bit. I'm trying to do technical performances. I'd say good feet, good foot defense in and out of the range, good angles, and lots of volume. I'd say I'm trying to work on that as well. Yeah.
If anyone wants to come and see you fight, when can we next come out? Any dates you can give us?
Yeah. I'm fighting on the Dean White show on 10th of June at the Tallworth Recreation Centre. So yeah, if you're free then, buy a ticket for me.
Because I refuse to not be first.
Do we do enough? Well, I never shut up about it.
And it must have been about 17, we nicked their guilt rings. Right, the bouncer's guilt ring.
This is no good for me. That's the reality. If you want the honest truth, and I see it every day,